Hello everybody and welcome to an episode where I have an honest review of what I sewed over the autumn and winter and what are my hero pieces. So if that's something you are interested in, stick around. So everybody, the rail is out. I know you love it when the rail is out, and it's here, and I'm going to go through in sections this time by type what I've sewn and honestly what I'm wearing and what are the pieces that are going to be going forward into the spring and what I need to do next. So it took me nearly an hour to get this ready, so I hope you enjoy. Let's start with what my three things were, and I wonder for my current viewers if you can remember. It was comfy, joyful, realistic. So as I go through this, I want you to see, did I manage comfy, joyful, realistic, and what will be my words for the spring sewing plans, because those three words have really helped me think consciously and realistically about what to make. If you haven't seen, I did autumn winter plans, which I'll link below, and a mid-year review at the beginning of January, mid-season review. And that's kind of kept me going, and also I've had a wardrobe clear out along the way, so you can watch that one. This is the final part of this one before I go into my spring, and I've done little spring plans already which you can watch, but what I'm heading for here is thinking about what will carry me through, but also when I get to autumn winter sewing next year, I will go back and I will look at what I thought here, and I've made notes, and that will convey me through into the next season of this sewing of this type. Now, one of the things I spoke about a lot was making sure I had clothes that I would put on to wear to work from home. I wasn't doing that, and I was sticking in my PJs and also feeling a bit meh about the winter. I know from our podcast, So What's New in the Biscuit Tin, that a lot of people lose their sojo in the winter. And so I wanted to see how could I hold on to my sojo. It did end up me buying lots of gorgeous sweatshirting fabrics, but I didn't have any in my wardrobe actually, my sewing stash wardrobe to sew. And also I wanted to have a winter and autumn wardrobe that would bring me as much joy as my spring summer wardrobe. So first of all, if we look at the rail, let's take that down a second. If we look at the rail, I think we would agree that it is pretty joyful. I feel it's very joyful. So if I start with what I'm wearing, I actually have on one of the pieces I sew. Now this was part of my creating a comfy work from home wardrobe, which I'll also link that vlog below. And this is an extended Naya tee that goes all the way down to mid calf. I love it with the purple earrings on as well, and purple lippy, and what you can't see is purple snag tights too. And I've worn this quite a bit. Literally the day I finished it, I wore it. So this kind of dress is perfect for me because I can wear roll neck, or like today where it's not quite so cold, just a long sleeve top. And I'm pretty sure going into the spring, maybe not a top underneath, but I like it because I can just pull these sleeves up as well to keep me a little bit cooler. So shall we start with comfies? Let's have a little zoom in so you can help focus on the comfies. Right, so the comfies are here. I wanted things that I would wear at home rather than staying in my PJs. So let's start with here. So I made, oh, lost the trousers there, did I? No, I made a full joggers set, trousers, jumper and infinity scarf. Worn this to death. It's brushed back fabric, sadly not available anymore. So I then went on and did the same again. I made a different jumper, Stella joggers again, worn this to death as well. And made a mile end and Stella joggers. Love the fabric. I've worn the trousers more than the jumper, but this was the toile of the mile end and it was a bit big, but worn that a lot as well. So in terms of making matching jogger sets, that is a thumbs up and something I will definitely do for autumn winter next year. I have one matching jogger set I sewed the winter before, which was a rainbow star one. So matching jogger sets are a thing I love. Other comfies, I then went on to make this mile end sweatshirt, which I absolutely adore and have worn loads. I found I could dress this up and down, so I sized down 2 sizes. Really love the way you can play with the pieces in this. Really love the darts in the sleeve there. So this is the Closet Core Mile End sweatshirt. That is my hero jumper piece of the season, and I can say that for sure because I made another one. This one I even did the top stitching. I have now spent a significant amount of time thinking about the fact that I want to make a cable knit one in sort of pastel colours, like sort of lilac and mint green. So Mile End sweatshirt, hero jumper pattern of the season. Worn both of these a lot of times. This next pattern was a toile of the Stella. I have gone on to make the Stella several times. So pattern, yes, this was a French terry that was very cheap from Rainbow Fabrics. It's okay, but I didn't lengthen the bodice enough on that one. Pogo knits, late to the party, already worn this one, just got to put the poppers on this one. I'm pretty sure this one particularly will convey into spring. So Pogo nip is another good winter sew and very, very flexible. This green jumper I have worn a lot. So having a nice bright jumper really works with a lot of my clothes. I had a blue one I sewed the winter before without the cowl neck, and I will definitely be looking to make a pink one, something like that for the following season. But yeah, plain brights as jumpers are a thumbs up from me. So in terms of other jumper type pieces, I have got the sleeveless ones. So this green one, I've worn this lot. So that was an accidental sleeveless, but great. This black one, the Max T by Chalk and Notch, this has been worn lots as well. Now I did make a pink one in a sort of heavy rib knit. It's not worked as well, and I can't decide why. I slimmed down the shoulder width, but yet it doesn't look like I have. But I have. If I hold it up, you'll see. Look at the difference. So I have. Maybe this is more of a spring one, perhaps, but I haven't worn it as much as the black one. So there we go. That is the jumpers. And I'm pleased to say that all of them are in good rotation. And those matching joggers are great. I'm going to skip over the middle section and come to this other end. So let me move you around. Right, here we go. So this is now what I want to do here is do the jumper dresses because they feel very much part of it. So this one was a Stella jumper, not the Stella, it's fibre mousse Stella jumper made into a dress. Love that. Another Naya dress. Worn this one loads. It's brilliant for wearing out and about and to work. Love it. This is a Freya top extended into a dress. It's fleece backed. This is so good for wearing at home. I've worn this quite a few times, particularly with this over the top. Really love that. But my most worn one of the jumper dresses is this one. Now this is the Stella jumper, the Tilly and the Button Stella jumper extended into a dress that comes mid-calf. I made the matching infinity scarf. Oh my goodness, I have worn and worn this. I love wearing it. My other half commented on how much he liked it. It was great for driving in when I drove for 4 hours to Anglesey, so comfy. Oh, this is like I have to watch out for fabric to replicate it. Yes, this is the same fabric, 2 colourways from Pound Fabric. It's a great fabric, I have to say. So this is something that I'll be thinking of looking for a suitable fabric. You want a kind of pattern that doesn't overwhelm you because there's not a lot to distract from the pattern, but I have worn that a lot. There's one on the floor because it's not finished. Haven't put the neckband on this one, so can't comment yet on that one. And the other one, which although I finished, I don't think I love it. It's an LB pullover. It's inside out, so I extended into a dress. I think that was the one that didn't work. I think we've had a lot of success with that, but that was the one that you've got to have these tries that don't work, haven't you? So other jumper dresses, I did make 2 Tilly and the Buttons billies, a red which was the toile, and then this one. Realistically, I have not reached for these as much as I've reached for these. For me, a bit too much leg out for when I'm at home because then I still have half my leg getting chilly. Haven't been out a huge amount of about to want to wear them, but I'm just not sure it's going to work because you get a chilly leg and a warm body. So perhaps not going to be the piece I make lots of. Need to try and make it as a jumper though, don't I, with the balloon sleeve. So there we go. I think the verdict of comfy has been covered, but there's still another section to the comfies that I haven't done yet. So if we come to the middle section, one of the missions I set myself was trousers. I hadn't been sewing a lot of trousers and I needed to find my go-to trouser pattern. So I set about finding that. Now, one of the things I did do, which we'll talk about in a minute, is jumpsuits. So I did have a go at making a pair of Scirocco jumpsuits, just the trouser part. Now, I liked the way they looked, but the reality was they kept slipping down. So I do think that they're very, very high-waisted in the jumpsuit, and you've got the top holding it up. So I think it would need a bit more work if I wanted to make them as a trouser, but I did try it. I also tried the Onyx pants by Closet Core. Didn't finish them because this was a toile, but definitely have been looking out for the right next fabric to make those in. So they may become a go-to, but I can assure you I did find one go-to pattern and then I made it 4 times. And that is the Walk Boldly pant by Pattern Emporium. So here is the 4 versions. Yes, it is this fabric again. This is the pair of trousers I wear the most. It goes with so many of the tops and is so easy to put on with a range of shoes. This is a Ponte from Legend. I think they've still got it. This pair I love for work because it's so easy to put tops on with that. I really love this one where I had to solve the lack of fabric and I put a green stripe down the side. And then this purple pair, I slimmed the leg more and they work brilliantly as well. So that's 4 trouser pairs that I wear a lot. They're great when I want to wear something different to work than a dress. I wear a lot of dresses. Super comfy. Took these ones to Wales. These, like the dress, worn and worn and worn. So that is, I have now one, I want some more, but one go-to trouser pattern. Other trousers I made were the Seasons of East Winter in London. I made them in trouser fabrics that were probably more spring-like, so I can't really comment on those yet. I need to wait for spring to wear those. Trouser-wise, oh, there is another pair, hang on. Right, sorry about that. There was one more pair of trousers. I thought I'd have a go at making in Ponte a pair of the Tilly and the Button Stella joggers to make like a smart jogger. Kind of worked, but for some reason the waistband was sticking out, so I've had to unpick it slightly, and I'm going to feed some elastic through, so the verdict is out on those. So that is the trousers. So let's go to jumpsuits. So these were my 2 toiles of the Scirocco jumpsuit. So there was a banana one and a monkey one, long sleeve, short sleeve. Wear those quite a lot through the winter because I'd put a roll neck underneath and I could even put a jumper over the top. So these have been pretty good sort of pyjama replacements through the winter. I then went on to make a more sort of dressy one, which you remember, and I love that one. Haven't had a chance to wear it as much as I'd like, but I think it's something that could go through to spring, and it just depends on what's going on in your life, doesn't it? And I'm sure there'll be other opportunities. I might take that to the NEC actually to put on. And then I made a stretch cord one. Love this one. It is such a perfect Saturday wear, easy to wear top underneath, or if it's a bit warmer, just a little crop or something. But yeah, this has been a great. So jumpsuit wise, it's been a Scirocco season. I have nearly finished a Carmel jumpsuit, so the verdict's out on that, but it's nearly finished. Let's have a look. Oh, dresses. Let's go this way. Right, dresses. Okay, so quite a few of these you saw before. Let's move things along a bit. So this one is a good piece, and I made this Marlowe cardigan. I have worn this pink Marlowe cardigan a lot. So that is a great piece, and I made it in orange as well. So these are a great staple, really happy with those. This dress has been good, but we needed the right kind of winter to wear that a lot, and so I'm happy with it. Westcliff, I have worn this a load, so loving a Westcliff. I went for making some more of my self-drafted jersey dresses with the tiers, and I made this one in the Minerva, the leopard, and this one in a Legend Textiles. Look how bouncy that fabric is, look, compared to that one. That weight of that fabric, look. So these are great pieces. I again have worn this with this over the top. I've worn this with the pink cardigan. I've worn this with the orange cardigan. These are such a great dress, so when you want to look smart but you don't want anything around your tummy again, these are a huge go-to in my wardrobe. If you remember, I made a blue one with pink leopard print on, I'll put here, with the fabric from Minerva. That was the star. I keep thinking about making a fourth one. We have on the ends the two sort of going out dresses that I made. Hard to judge them if I haven't been out, but can't wait to wear them. This one has been worn. Now, there is a late entry to the dress party that you won't have perhaps seen, which, yes, I know it's a twist one, but it's from the fabric that I got from the Birmingham Rag Market. It has a very different feel to the other twist front dresses. I actually decided to leave it sleeveless because I can easily wear like a roll neck underneath and it breaks up the pattern. Thank you to whoever it was on my channel who enabled me and said, you love that pattern, just make it. So I did, and I made it again, and I'm happy I did. I wore this out for dinner already with Christine, because if you wear like silver jewellery, you can really dress it up. But if you just wear it with a black top underneath, it just sort of keeps it casual. So I'm happy I did that, and thank you whoever encouraged me to do that. There is one dress that I made that hasn't been a go-to, and this was something called, I think, the Emma Pinafore. This was a trial of it. I don't know if I'll go back to it again, but it was worth a try. So tops is my absolute smallest section, and I made the Seasons of East Summer in New York dress as a top. Really happy with that. That's worn already, and that's definitely going to go into spring. I made another Freya in this, and I did the sleeves differently. I went downwards. That had a lot of wear already. This works so well with things like the pink, with the black, with different trousers and tops and over the top. So really happy. You've got to have this is like a neutral, isn't it? I then made one in what I would call rhubarb colours. Now this was the Monroe turtleneck without the turtleneck. That sleeve, as people would, is tight. I don't know why I couldn't see that actually as I went to sew it up. But it's just a fun underneath top really, isn't it? Basic. Now the top that has gone really well for me this winter is the Marigold by Closet Core. You need to be a Closet Core crew member to be able to get the pattern. But I made a toile in this purple ponte from the Rag Market. Yes, it's the same purple as the trousers, so I could wear a full matching set. Loved it, and I put the band on that one. Loved it so much, I went ahead and made another one. And this is from Barry's in Birmingham. And didn't put the band on because actually then I can tuck that one in. Really happy with that one. I've already worn it with a teal skirt. You can easily wear it with red, black, so many options. And I've loved it so much, I've gone on now for spring to try and turn it into a dress. So watch this space, that's coming. And the shirts I made earlier in the winter, still haven't put buttons on them. I am dreadful, aren't I? I'm sorry. I will. There's not going to be, I don't think, any more winter autumn sewing, so now might be a good time to finish things up before things end up getting packed away, and just make sure they're ready, because that will go into spring, that blouse anyway. So I'm just checking the floor. Well, there we go. So if I ask myself, did I create a joyful winter wardrobe, the answer is yes. Did I create a comfy winter wardrobe? The answer is yes, because I'm putting these clothes on, obviously some more than others, but I'm putting them on and I'm wearing my me made. If you think out of what I've got, there's very little where I haven't said that I'm not wearing it. So that's really good. And realistic. Well, it must be realistic because that's why I'm wearing it. So I feel that by doing these reviews, by setting the vision I have been able to create a wardrobe that has brought me joy through the winter that I have wanted to put on. So while all my me mades are out of the wardrobe, I'm going to go back to the other things in there and check see if anything else needs to leave, because I've done that with my me mades, but I'm still in that sort of place where I've got both. A lot of the stuff in my wardrobe is vintage alongside the me made, but if I'm not wearing it, it needs to go. So where next? So this is like a kind of message for me for next autumn winter, so when I get to sort of August September time, and I'd love your suggestions on where next. So I think, and please tell me what you think, I think I need to do more basic tops, so more in this sort of Breton style, maybe some more plain ones of those that will work under things, another plain really great jumper. I think I still need to find another winter trouser pattern, maybe a more fitted one that would work and that I would go to. Next winter, definitely some more matching jogger sets, because love those. Definitely need to think about whether I want like another jumpsuit pattern in my life, because that's been a really strong go-to, and also whether I'll make more of those jersey dresses. So I am really happy with what I've done. I think the regular reviewing has helped. If you haven't watched my tier ranking, I tier rank a lot of these in terms of what I think about them as well, in terms of the pattern and the make and everything as well. So now it's time to say which are my hero pieces of my me made autumn winter wardrobe. I wonder what you think the hero pieces are. I'll tell you mine. So number one is this Max T by Chalk and Notch. This has been the thing I have put on over so many years. Now I know some people say I don't like not having like something extending onto my sleeves, but for me, when I've got a long sleeve top of some kind underneath and then I put this on to keep my body warm, it's a perfect way for me to control my temperature. So I have really surprised myself. I've never been a person that's worn things like this before, but actually this has it works well to break up a big strong pattern. It works well to pull pieces together. So I put this underneath the other day with a pair of trousers and it pulled everything together. So I am now going to make another one in a fabric of this style. I definitely could see how I could wear this over so many of my items, like this Westcliff dress. Pop that over the top and it completely changes the look. Perhaps I should do a whole vlog just styling up this one piece. So that is my overall hero piece of my winter sewing. Hero dress would be this one. You could probably guess that. I just cannot get over the success of making this one and the way it works. I did quite a big cuff on there. Love this, and I definitely am looking out when I'm shopping now for fabric that would replicate this, like that I could replicate another one. This I think might be the cincher, making the matching infinity scarf, because it makes it so much more sort of cross seasonal and for different weathers. Hero, is there any other hero pieces? Hero pattern, I would say, would be the Mile End sweatshirt, because the versatility in using the different pieces. So this is the back of this one. So put in here, let me get close with the stitch in there. And then when you see the bit of colour popping round, but the majority being purple at the front, those darts in the arms, which you can see there, this way you can do the waistband like this way where it matches, or this one where I did it the opposite. It's such a flexible pattern to really play with two pieces, so it really helps if you're using up scraps or you don't have a huge amount. So I didn't have enough of this leopard print to make a whole jumper, but by adding the black in I got to enjoy the leopard print. So that would be my hero pattern of the winter, I would say. I love the Walk Boldly trouser, but I think that pattern is the pattern that's really swung it for me this winter. So I really hope you have enjoyed seeing my final review. Very soon there'll be coming a more comprehensive spring plan one, where I really need to look at what I've got, what's going to come from here forward and what's missing, because it's really important to plan the gaps. But what I'd also say to you is, if you haven't watched my previous review videos or my vlog about making a comfy wardrobe, I'll link them all below. Do go and watch those, because it'll help to give you that full picture of what I got up to this autumn winter. And my last thing for you all is, if you haven't subscribed, why not? And thank you everybody who gives likes and comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what I've managed and any suggestions for my future autumn winter sewing, because I know when I get to August, September time, I will be reviewing this. Catch you again very soon. Bye.